Nobody actually owes you anything.
The athlete?
The man with a plan. And then here comes another man with a bigger plan.
And see, that's what gets me.
You owe yourself everything. Not another podcast. This is the humanity beyond the game. Somebody gets a contract and all of a sudden they owe somebody something.
That's what people think anyway.
Athletes, professional athletes, like with NIL. We talked about with Jay, how a kid, an 18, 19 gets an NIL deal and then they're helping their families back home. Mm-hmm. You know, so they're holding this responsibility and weight for something that's not their responsibility or weight to carry because they're a child and they should be living as a child, you know, a kid. But now they get money all of a sudden and they're the head of household. They're the breadwinner. They're taking care of everybody, the whole community. And that's the thing. Fame and money are not equivalent at all. We learned that notoriety is clearly not a good thing. I thought it was.
It's okay.
You don't just, people know your name, so that means you have like some change in the bank.
As people assume a lot of things, like they're just immediately affiliated with each other.
Yeah.
But they're not.
They're not. You can be famous for a lot of things. Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I know. So I'm like, people think that professional athletes, because this is a sports podcast, so we do know that there's other avenues out there. But speaking specifically towards athletes, they get a contract or they're playing on Saturday, college football, Sunday, NFL. They got all this money. They should be taking care of everybody. Taking care of their family, taking care of their friends. How are you helping your community?
People will come up with their hand out.
Yeah, one in their back pocket, one sticking out. Mm-hmm. Put those hands to work.
Yeah.
Is it like they feel obligated? Because if I'm working at Waffle House making $1,200 a week and you're working,
wow.
I don't know. I don't work at Waffle House. I'm just saying, I feel like you could. You can make some money serving. She's like, I'm going to work at Waffle House.
Good man.
Expeditiously. I'll come by and get some peanut butter on my waffles. But you think all of a sudden, okay, let's say that I'm making a little more money than you are, and you know how much money I'm making, that like just because I am making more money than you, I then should give you some of it. Mm-hmm. That's technically what you're telling somebody that you know has a lot of money, because it's in the spotlight. Everybody knows. It's like, okay, well, I know how much money they have, like obligation, their responsibilities, feeling like if I don't do that, if I don't give my family money, if I don't take care of everybody, I don't do this now.
The Brian Dawkins documentary.
Mm-hmm. How he said that he still felt like he wasn't doing enough. Is it because of the fame? Because of the spotlight? Because everybody knows what you have and what you don't have, and they put that weight on you to take care of everybody?
Yeah, because we kind of don't know, as far as him specifically, the insides of like how his family was, like, did they have their hand out, or were they struggling in their own way but not saying anything, and he felt like he needed to do something, or, I mean, it hurt my ear. It's okay.
I'm so sorry. I'm thirsty.
But yeah, and it can lead to them, obviously, what he was saying in his documentary, wanting to harm himself, having these bad thoughts, feeling like he wasn't doing enough. But it's just, it'd be interesting to think, like, to find out kind of more specifics about stuff like him.
And I know you do want to help, like, whenever I get
I would love to help everybody if I could.
And it's not the fact that you don't want to. It's not saying that these people don't want to help their families. It's why all of a sudden do they owe you something? Mm-hmm. Nobody actually owes you anything. Nobody. Your parents, they brought you into this world. Technically, they should do their part until you're of age to take care of yourself. And, you know, our parents, thank God, they still go above and beyond. They try to, but it's not their responsibility. It's really not. So nobody owes you anything at all in this world. Nobody. If somebody gets up every morning and goes and puts in the work every day, that's them. That's theirs. It's nobody else's. It's nobody's business, actually.
No, it's not. That's a big thing.
And I get they're like, well, They decided to be in the spotlight. They decided to do this. They decided to do that. So that means you just don't respect people.
Mm-hmm.
So do you actually are you actually a fan or a supporter of that athlete? They treat him like an action figure.
Yeah.
Do you care actually about that you don't care about that person. You care about your brackets. You care about your, your money.
Your parlay.
Your parlay.
Man, they messed up my parlay, man.
You parlaying. You're in there laying. That's what you're doing. Get up.
And so they'll be pissed off at them for no reason. Ultimately, because you're the one who put yourself in that position to
they do though.
Win or lose money.
Because, people always are looking for someone to blame. Mm-hmm. So it's like, man, I lost $100 because, Draymond Green, he didn't do what he needed to do. Draymond Green doesn't even score, I'm pretty sure.
No, he just gets in fights.
He does. Really. Whatever. Yeah, that's a bad one. Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum did not do what I wanted. He didn't score what I thought he was going to score tonight. Mm-hmm. Jason Tatum sucked, man. That's actually sissy for you to say. Yeah. That's like a loser mentality. You're mad because actually you suck at parlaying. You're the problem. There's a lot of problems out here.
You're inserting yourself into that situation.
Yeah, because you lost. One time, ever played Prize Picks, and I didn't actually play it. Somebody played it for me. They did my lineup. Appreciate you. And it was free money or whatever because you get that you sign up, you use somebody's code, and it gives you $50 or something.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, it does. It did. So, yeah, he hit. That's the only thing good he ever did. For me.
What are you talking about?
Triple dipper. Triple dipper. They put your money, that money you just win back into another. No, I'm not a gambler.
I was going to say that's where it starts, yeah?
Yeah. I'm so against addiction. Try it once. I'm done now. Thank you. Should I give him some of the money? I didn't. But, eventually I did.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
We're not. Anyways, everybody thinks that you owe them something. Everybody. Even the people that do you wrong. You owe them something.
Even if it's recognition. It doesn't even have to be money. They'll come out of the woodworks. Oh, yeah. There's my 17th cousin.
Twice removed. That's even doing something so small. Like what I feel like, we're doing. Mm-hmm. Not that it's small. I mean, right now.
Right now.
People who don't fuck with you anymore, I'm going to be so for real. I don't care. I mean, I don't want you to. I'd rather you're not. You do something good. You're trying to do something good. Put yourself out there. They remove themselves from your life. Mm-hmm. And then they blame you for being different or you acting brand new. Y'all should try it. You should always be reinventing yourself to be better, to grow. And at the end of the day, I still don't owe you nothing.
Just wait.
You don't owe anybody anything except for God. He put you here and he can take you out. That's why our moms used to say, I brought you into this world. I can take you out. You cannot actually. Not legally.
You can.
You cannot legally take me out. I'm going out with a fight. You don't owe anybody anything. Even an apology. I used to be so bad at apologizing.
I don't like apologizing.
Yeah. I do try now to be on a straight path. The grander scheme of things, you just do the right thing. You don't have to apologize. Don't do something you should have to apologize for. Sometimes I'd be wanting to just go ape shit though and do stuff that I have to later apologize for because people be trying me. But grander scheme of things, leave it. It's in God's hands at the end of the day. And revenge is never necessary on your part. You just gotta keep it pushing, keep moving forward. And the grander scheme of things, you're gonna get what you deserve. I don't feel like anybody owes me an apology either. Anytime anybody did wrong to me, they should be saying sorry to themselves.
But it's like with fans, with the athletes, some of them will say, well, you depend on us for buying the tickets, spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on tickets, on merch, on buying their jerseys. I don't know if they get any type of break off from that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, they're making millions whether you buy a ticket or not. So don't take accountability for their success as far as that. financially.
None. That you shouldn't take accountability for anyone's success because you're not getting up and going out there and putting in the work that they're putting in, the mental work, the physical work. That's like narcissism, actually. You wouldn't have that money if it wasn't for me buying your ticket.
Buying your
Who
jersey.
are you?
Yeah.
I didn't ask you to do that.
But some players, that stuff doesn't affect them, but you don't know, some players might be hiding it and be like, to play their best, because some, like I said, some depend so much on the fans to play their best. I wouldn't want to run out and my own fan base is booing me.
You gotta be better. You gotta put in that work. You gotta be better.
Yeah. Just imagine. That'd make me play terribly.
It makes me want to go harder, actually.
See, that's where me and you are different.
I'm like,
my feelings would be hurt automatically. Be like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I'm just gonna go sit down.
She's like, I'm gonna foul out for this basketball game my senior year because you said I would. So exactly. I'm gonna do what you said I was gonna do. You gotta prove to yourself. I know you should prove to yourself. That's the right thing to say. But I don't care. Let's not be. You gotta prove it to whoever you think you want to prove it to.
Mm-hmm. One time, I was just being, stubborn, whatever. Mm-hmm. It wasn't my best game, and I was just missing all my shots. And the coach said, if you shoot another shot, I'm taking you out. And I said, bet.
That's straight up just like.
He didn't take me out, though.
You see?
It was a test.
You win some, you lose some. And you did it. Sometimes you got to ask for permission?
I didn't ask.
No. Better to ask for permission later. Or what does they say? What's the saying? Like, you said the other day, because one of the kids asked, Cash, like, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do it? Can I do it? And you're like, just do it. And I'm like, you should just do it. Better to ask for, say sorry than to ask for permission. That's what, I don't know what, there's a saying like that.
I can't remember.
Yeah, because if you know you're going to do it anyways.
It's like all those times you asked me, just
don't ask.
You could have done it already.
If you know you're going to do it, don't ask if you can do it, because then if you're told no, you're disobeying.
You're still going to do it.
So just do it without the disobedience. Do it, and then when you find out you weren't supposed to do that, say, sorry.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
The media feels obligated for them to come out and interview and for them to be bombarded by questions. Parents of smaller kids that are fans, of these superstars, they depend on them to be the best role model. Well, that's a lot of pressure as a person, not just as a player.
So do you feel like athletes should be required to be good role models?
No, that's not what they're there for.
Yeah. But they are they're put out into society as like supposed to be role models for these younger kids.
But I've seen some that are definitely not.
I know, but it's not in their contract that you should go out here and be a good role model.
Right. I mean, it'd be ideal if they were a good role model, of course.
It would be ideal for everyone to be a good role model.
Yeah. But they've got so much on their plate anyway. They're not worried about what old John Brown over here is.
I know. I mean, I wish I had that. Like, I don't care what people think.
But you still try to respect.
But I still try to be respectful, and I still try to hold back and not say certain things because it might come out wrong or people perceive it wrong. But that's what they do anyways. They're going to do that anyways. Like, let's sit on the edge of like this cancel culture. What are you going to cancel an athlete because?
And that's like with Simone Biles, the Olympic gymnast, one of the best ever. But she stepped back. I think it was in 2021 because she was having. Her mental issues were so bad, she was afraid that she was going to let her team down, that she was going to be the reason that they lost. And, of course, she was getting backlash and had controversy for that because, she's quitting on her team. They're dependent on her and she just leaves. But really, she was doing it for herself and for her own well-being.
Like you can't live for yourself anymore. It's not you're in the spotlight. It's not about you. It's about everybody else. When they're sitting there looking up God knows what on their computers late at night by themselves, like, why do you expect somebody else to be a good role model when you're not a good role model yourself? Why do you expect more out of somebody else that you won't even get up and do? And then say somebody owes you something because you want to crack up in a 12-pack and watch a football game. And there are, people that's like, no, I care about my player, man. I care about my player. Well, do you care about them after they're not playing anymore? When their time is over, when they get hurt, when they get let go, when they retire? Where's your support then?
Do the superstars owe more than the bench players?
No. The bench players, whether you're on the bench or not, you're still part of that team.
If they don't take one step on that court, one step on that field.
You're still part of that team. You're still part of that team. And it's not all on just that person. It's not just all on the superstar carrying the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be on that team, you had to get... Yes, I feel like you're just as responsible. If you're a part of that team, that would be like having November Saturdays and having people that are not on the front line, maybe don't want to be on camera or don't want to speak to people at events, but they're working like back office or doing social media like behind the scenes. So they should slack because they're not in the spotlight. So then they go and they mess up the finances and then what? In trouble with the IRS.
And people's going to think it's you. Or people going to think it's me. But really behind the scenes, that nobody sees their face, nobody hears about.
Being the one that gets all the crap because you're the go-to. That's who they see. You're carrying that name. So anything that happens, it's on you. And you're like, yeah, I didn't even know. Nobody's responsible for you at the end of the day. You're responsible for yourself. Now, as a leader of the team, per se, a captain, I feel like then... You are held to
yes.
being a captain, but I do feel like also you would have never gotten that captain role if you were not that kind of leader. If you did not have those qualities,
right?
You would have never got that. So then when you take on another type of leadership, but still at the end of the day,
did you see where one of Alabama's basketball players just got arrested? It was their point guard, I think. So now somebody's gonna have to step up and take his spot.
So I hope that person that...
March Madness, that's when the playoffs start. So.
Oh, he just got arrested?
Yeah. A day or two ago. Yeah.
Oh, no. I did not see that.
He's probably out now. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. The rules of the law?
It was for weed.
Oh my God.
So,
for
Alabama.
What? For what?
I guess possession.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure he probably got an NIL deal. So they probably ain't back
Probably.
on. I don't know. But that's stupid. Yeah. And...
But yeah, so it's like one of those bench players, they could be, that would be, oh yes, this is my time to shine. Or they could be like, freak.
I've been sitting here in the back, not listening all class. Like the Backview Baptist. I'm going to be back here. I'm here, but I'm not really here. I grew up non-denomination. I still was on the back. I was on the back pew like.
Do not call them
doodling. Yeah. But that takes an individual. That's an individual, what they want in life, what they want out of life, their discipline, their motivation. It might be your moment anytime. What did Jay Wood say? The recruiters were not even there to see him. He just had a great game. He was in 10th grade. I mean, if he went out there and was like, yeah, I'm not a senior. I'm not getting recruited. I'm just going to frolic around the field. Yeah, I'm just going to frolic around the field. If he didn't get out there in every game, put in, his best work, it doesn't matter if you have a passion for that game, if you have a love for your team, you should show up every day and for yourself, because at the end of the day, the person that is doing all that is going to go far in life. And if you really don't care, they're still going to go far and you're still going to be back here and they still don't owe you anything.
How do you think social media affects it now versus like years ago?
A lot of people are not in it for the right reasons. Social media is a clout thing. I really don't get it. That like likes or follows, what are they actually doing for you?
If you're brand deal.
I mean, yeah, but like that, if you're getting a brand deal, that means you're putting work in behind the scenes, off camera. If you're just like your whole personality is based on social media, that's just like a terrible way to live life.
Yeah.
You want internet friends?
And for some athletes, it's more of a fashion show now.
I mean, I do love fashion. I do.
But yeah.
Hey, they be looking good coming out there on game day.
Yeah.
Hey, they do. But some people are in it just for that. Or just how they look, how they're perceived. I don't care how you look on social media. If you're just not a good person, if you're ugly, an ugly person, you can drape yourself in all kinds of cloths. You're still an ugly person. I'm not talking about physical features. I'm talking about who you are in here. Your soul, your heart. Some of the best. Look at Adam Sandler. I love him. You think that's the most comfortable guy in the world in every type of way. And this man is respected, and he's a huge basketball fan. Adam Sandler is like diehard basketball.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. That man has like all kinds of like trophies in his house. He even has a movie with is it Kyrie Irving? He is in this movie. We got a lot of movies we need to watch.
Is he just like? Is there a specific team he goes?
Celtics,
for?
I believe.
Oh, okay.
I believe he's a Boston Celtics fan. You want to double check that? Because he's from New York, though. Is he a Knicks fan? Watch me get that wrong.
He's a Knicks fan.
He's a Knicks fan?
By the way.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought of Celtics. I was thinking about Kyrie Irving. But yeah, he is from New York, so he is a Knicks fan. The social media with the athletes.
And what about like the fans DMing the athletes? Because they be getting some threats.
Oh, we're talking about threats. I thought you were like, I'm going to say like back in the day before social media, people were writing fan mail.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think I probably would have I wrote a letter or two maybe back in my day to like Hillary Duff. Actually.
I was not ready for you to say that.
I had all their little address, their PO boxes. I was a big super fan. I wasn't writing athletes at that time.
Oh no,
it wouldn't be long.
You never know.
No, I'm talking about like I was writing Hillary Duff at that age.
Oh,
I hadn't yet. Sorry, I hadn't slid in the DMs for the athletes yet. I was still premature. I don't be sliding in the DMs though. I don't. I do now with the athletes, all kinds of athletes. Please check your DMs. A lot of them actually very business like.
You wonder how many actually see them or how
it's crazy how the responses we have gotten though, and I'm like, yo, you seen that? So what's popping? Strictly business.
I promise.
Come on, exclusively Beyond the Game, and let's talk about you. I want to talk about you. You.
Oh yeah, I knew that was coming.
So, social media is a show for a lot of people. But if you do have a brand deal, it's actually what you're doing behind the scenes. And that's a lot of the work that people don't, the unsexy work that Coach Little, he, we put in that unsexy work. Why are you your face is like that?
Like what?
I don't know.
Sorry.
You're like, but that people don't see. And then once you put in all that work, I don't want to post. God, I just looked at myself for 5 hours straight.
After all that, and you're just like, yeah.
It is a mental thing. And I couldn't imagine having people constantly with their hands out towards me or them feeling like I owe them something. Personally, I would love to take care of my family. I tell you all the time, if I can just like retire my parents and build my mom her dream house, which is not like a dream house people would probably think like it's just some mansion. No. It's not. I forgot how many square feet it is. She's been drawing it her whole life. She can draw a good blueprint. She sits there. I love that. I don't know how many square feet a lot of things are.
Oh,
we don't do math.
No. That's geometry.
But I would love to, build my mom her dream house, to retire my parents, and that would be enough for me.
But you got to worry about you too, though.
I mean, then I'd always have somewhere to stay. So I'm taken care of regardless.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be a nomad out here. Yeah, and then like pour back to November Saturdays. That's really all I care about. Of course, like sometimes I do want a little break.
Yeah.
I don't care about a tropical vacation. I'm scared to fly.
Yeah, so we can.
I used to not be, but now I am because of Houston. Those flights were not good, and it scared me for life. And then that's a thing. Like, well, I wonder what he's doing for his family. What does he need to show you? Are you the IRS? Does he need to show you his tax documents?
They don't owe you anything. You feel like whenever the fans when the fans stop caring, the whole system just collapses.
What system?
The system.
They're not all fans are going to stop caring at the same time.
But what if they did? What if they're like, this is just diabolical, and I'm going to support this again. And every fan from an organization was just like, no. That's how the Cowboys fans should be, actually.
Right? I'm confused on that. Like, how is that America's team?
Yeah.
Why?
I will not understand that. It must have started a long time ago. And
is it because they're the Cowboys? And we all love Cowboys, right? Do we, though? Do we actually know a real cowboy? Let's be for real.
Depends on the definition of a cowboy, honestly.
Should have been a cowboy. I don't know. I mean, maybe a guy that has cows. I mean, maybe we do know one.
I think a cowboy is more like rodeo and roping and riding, and then like a farmer would be more, or like a rancher or whatever would be more.
A rancher, a cow hand. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, maybe that's more of like a helper.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways.
But where do we take? Oh, yeah, the system. If all the fans were just like, who's got a group of fans that's all in the same mile? Like Donald Trump?
Hypothetically.
No, he did have all those people come to the Capitol and say, what's up?
He did.
I mean, I don't think he did it, but they did it. Or I wish somebody would ride for me like that.
Good luck.
I know they don't even want to get in the car. You know, but will the system fail or an organization fail? I mean, if the Cowboys fans are riding as hard as they have been for as long as they have been, and they don't have, when's the last time they won a Super Bowl?
A Super Bowl, I don't know. Playoffs, it's been like over 30 years, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to go there. That's some diehard fans. You got some fans are very loyal. That's their team.
No matter what, yeah.
Yeah, they're super loyal. I don't think any one person per se is going to tip the scale ever. I don't think anybody matters that much. Who would you say is probably one of the best quarterbacks?
Right now, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
I would say he's one of the best in the league right now.
But if Josh Allen decided that he didn't want to play anymore because he wants to put his family first, his mental health first, and walk off and be like, hey, yo, I'm doing this for me, the organization's still going to be there, still going to stand, they're still going to fight. So that's a good question. So do you feel like people are replaceable?
Yeah, because some people are just Josh Allen fans. They're not Bills fans.
Why look at me like that? I'm still a Texans fan, even though Stephon Diggs not there anymore.
How am I looking at you? I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. See?
Be careful.
Stop being sorry. Yeah. Stop being sorry. Nah. Stop apologizing. Do you really stop? Why? I feel like I'm not replaceable.
Okay, Beyonce.
I mean,
you're not
I feel like
replaceable.
people are maybe in a career path or something like that. Maybe they're replaceable. Be you. And then I don't feel like maybe, my job right now, I'm super replaceable. But I'm not.
In that aspect.
I'm not replaceable. Like everybody carries a certain quality about them.
Yeah.
And whatever it is. I know this lady actually in Rogersville, I don't know if she's still there, but at Hardee's.
No, you looked at me like that.
But at Hardee's, she made the best biscuits. And she actually went, Hardee's has a competition.
What?
They do a biscuit making competition. And she won for best biscuit making at Hardee's. Yeah.
How do you know it was her making it?
Because I went to Hardee's one morning a long time ago.
And she said, hey, yo, I'm making them.
Well, it was a conversation that was brought up. I don't know how.
In the drive-thru?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just be conversating, parlaying, perhaps. I don't remember. I was with my mom. But yeah, she had the best biscuits. I feel like my mom would go to that Hardee's, even though we didn't live there. They would always go to that Hardee's because they just said it was better. It was good. You know how you have like Taco Bell on two sides of town? Mm-hmm. You always end up going to this one Taco Bell. Yeah. Or Burger King growing up. We had two Burger Kings. You always go to this one. And so my mom would always go to Rogersville to get to Hardee's because it was just the better one. And yeah, I guess a conversation came up and yeah, she went to a competition and she won. Yeah, best biscuit maker.
That's interesting. You taught me something today.
Yeah. I don't know how
Really?
Really. At the end of the day, the day's got to end. And if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Wise words of a very successful man.
Okay. Money. We was reading Call Her Daddy, how Call Her Daddy got started. Mm-hmm. It was co-hosts like us. And then they ended up eventually splitting off because they got offered $500,000 a piece, which is signed with Barcel. Alex Cooper was like down for the deal. It was like $500,000 contract for 3.
So she was willing to take the pay cut to stay with.
But how is it a pay cut when you're not even getting paid?
That's true.
My thing is like, it's so hard. The girl that was doing it with her, you wanted to negotiate the price to get more. But it's like you don't have any right now.
No,
so $500,000 sounds good to me. Plus you're getting your like, what do we say, going off your royalties, what you're going off of, the sales, your ticket sales, your merch sales, all that. You're still getting that also. And Alex Cooper was like, good, like she did. So she ended up doing it by herself. And now look at her, like one of the biggest names. So it's like money coming, you bring money into something and I'm telling you, people will turn blue. I guess like I've never had money, so I don't think it's important. It isn't. I mean, I've not had money, like money. I've had enough money to take care of myself.
Yeah.
Good. And I worked for it myself. But I guess now I'm 30 and I've been working my whole life to take care of myself. I started working at 16 and was also taking care of somebody else at 16. Mm-hmm. So to me, money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
And when you disassociate money and happiness, then like no matter how much you have, no matter how much of this you have, or no matter how much you don't have, if your happiness is coming from a root of something else, your passion, your family, all of this. Yes, having money makes certain things easier, 100%. Do you think we want to get up at 5 a.m. and go to work all day and then come here and do this? We talk about it all the time, the day that will come that we're fully just doing this in November Saturdays. But I would love to have enough money to where I did not have to go and work a full-time job and then do this too, because then this gets put on the back burner. This gets the short end of the stick. And I hate that because I want to put all my focus into this, but then I'm not going to get paid for my job. The love of money is root of all evil. So people thinking you owe them something and they can sit at home and do nothing, but maybe be related to you or maybe know you. And that's, we were talking one time with one of our friends about getting married and getting, and he said, would you want to be a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home wife? And I'm like, no. No. And maybe it is different how you're, a lot of things are your environment, how you're raised. No, I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home wife. I don't want to clock in and clock out for somebody. But I like to have like the freedom to do what I need to do. So I would want to have my own thing. Nobody's responsible for me. And they said, well, your husband is responsible. No, I don't want anybody to be responsible for me. You're responsible for my heart.
He should want to be the provider, though. He should want to.
No, he should want to, but I also want to provide too.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting married or dating somebody for a free meal.
Oh, no.
Or for them to want to take care of me. Yes, a man, maybe my experience with men, I've settled for the bare minimum. I know I haven't, and I don't think I do know. But because I always put love before everything else, or how I feel. But it's only one-sided love. Most of the time. Yeah, all the time. It's one-sided love because it's like I'm in it to like, oh, I love you so much. I hear how much I care about you. And they're just like, gimme. And then I'm like, I ain't got nothing else to give. I can't wait for you to leave me. Like, I'm tired.
At this point, please
yeah,
leave.
But no, yeah. I don't feel like, and people are like, well, the Bible says, but do you read it though? Do you read the Bible? Because like, well, a man should do this, a man should do that. What should you? I believe 100% taking care of yourself. Because what happens when that man decides that he wants to be with a man?
Shit.
Or what happens with that man, with that spouse, that partner of yours decides they don't want to be with you anymore, and they about to hit the road, and you've been letting them take care of you this whole time. Well, that's what the Bible says, right? The Bible also says to be a Proverbs 31 woman that gets up before the sun, that works for.
Yeah, I'm going to stop you right there.
Are we picking up before the sun?
Yes, I got to. And that's actually, no, I haven't been.
Because it's time change. Time change. That's why. But you owe that to yourself. I love getting up. Well, I like when I go to sleep and get a good night's rest and then wake up before the sun. I feel accomplished. I don't know why that is.
It starts your day. It gets you getting out of bed on the right side of the bed. It can change your whole day. If you wake up last minute and you are rushing and nothing's going right, it's just like throw the whole day away. I'm going to be pissed off all day. Don't talk to me.
That's a loser mentality too.
I know.
Because you know how many times I get a cord comes out the car with me? A charger. My charger is just long. It's just stuck to my leg. And I'm like, you know what? And I'm like, you know what? No, with me. You can't. No, you're not gonna. This is not gonna make me mad. If you let things make you mad, if you let things make you have a bad day, or this is not good, that you're choosing to let that own you. You're choosing to let that be your mindset. Get out of here. My ex-husband called and said the podcast sucks. Appreciate you for watching.
You look good though.
I do look good. I'm playing. No, I mean that's what I said. I was like, oh, that's all that matters, right? But I look good. And I could have let that be like, oh, the podcast just sucks.
Oh, he thinks it's bad. So.
No. And it's just like the comments that we've got on every like on the YouTube. I said, the comments we got on those shorts. Not another podcast. Please, not another podcast. This is not another podcast. This is the humanity beyond the game. This is where athletes come to be seen for who they actually are. This is where we want to know beyond the game. I want to know how do you feel when you wake up in the morning? And what do you do differently than somebody that's watching you on Sunday?
Yep.
And also, what do you do right and what do you do wrong? And also, what happens when you're no longer that guy?
The athlete?
Yeah. Because there's going to be a day where like, he's that guy, you're that guy.
Mm-hmm.
The man with a plan. And then here comes another man with a bigger plan. And you're
then,
no longer that guy.
And then nobody wants you. Literally, I know it sounds bad, but...
No.
And then you're stuck on the couch waiting on a phone call.
Yeah. So how do you deal with that? How do you stop your mental? Do you go out here and just hook up with a lot of women to make yourself feel like you still got it?
Mm-hmm. Or are you going to go grind and put yourself out there and make sure like, hey, I'm still here. I'm better than I was. Your loss.
Yeah. So that I'm the man mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do this to prove I'm the man. Let me do that to prove I'm the man. Those be the ones that, you're the man on social media. You ain't like popping bottles in club, throwing cash on the floor.
Yeah.
But it's like that right there. If you are going to go out here and just throw cash around for social media, you probably should be pouring back into your community then. That's when maybe like, no, nobody can tell you what to do with your money. But to be the man, to be that guy.
Be a man.
Be a man, to be that guy. And to be a leader. You should, if that's what you're presenting yourself as.
But that wraps back around to the beginning that it's like you don't have to.
They don't have to, no. But they shouldn't think that they're that guy, though, or a man. No, you don't have to do anything. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You can go to Waffle House and make $1,200 a week. If that's what you want to do. They have to have employees. That's fine if that's what you want to do. Don't shame somebody else if you're out here making millions of dollars. Don't shame somebody else for being a server. As they shouldn't say like, well, look at him thinking he's this and that. No, stop shaming people because y'all didn't decide the same path. Nobody owes you anything if you don't want to bring somebody down because of their career choice, their path in life. You're projecting, you're just unhappy and you're looking at something to make yourself feel better. Mm-hmm. And also people that if you have money and you're wealthy and you go out here, you're this and that, everything's a show. You want to go into a restaurant. I was a server. I've been a server many times. Stop putting people on camera that don't want to be on camera. Stop going in and acting like those people owe you something. They don't owe you anything but service. And guess what? If you don't have money to tip, stay at home and eat your TV dinner. Because when you're going to a restaurant, you're going to that restaurant for service. You're going to sit there and not have to do anything. You don't have to do dishes. You don't have to get refills. You do nothing. You do nothing but sit there and eat your food. Those servers, those waitresses, waiters, they're getting paid. They're not even getting paid technically what, $2 an hour? No, they don't ever see that $2 an hour go straight to taxes. And those tips they're getting, guess what? They still going to have to pay taxes back on that too. So stop treating people like you are better than and they are less than, no matter what their career path is, how much money they have in their pocket, their bank account. And a lot of these people out here, they're famous athletes, have no money. Because guess what? They spend it all on jewelry, cars, stuff for show, things to make other people feel, to impress other people, to make them feel like they're the man. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of these people, you don't know what's in their bank account. You have no idea. So stop acting like somebody owes you something and stop treating people as less than human because their job title is different. And a job, who cares? Actually, I've served athletes before, and I'm telling you, you know my experience with that. I had no idea who he was. I don't watch baseball.
Oh, yes, yes.
I don't watch baseball. That's the story right there.
Yeah.
And he was a very nice. Didn't have an issue with him at all. Somebody else was like, "Do you know who that is?" And I'm like, "Where?" And he was like, "Had the table number or whatever." I'm like, "No." He was in here the other day though. I don't like the girl he's with. She was rude. Well, that's so and so. I'm like,
okay.
I don't know what that means. What does he do? Baseball. I don't watch baseball. I'm not going to treat him any differently as if he was a regular person in here. And on top of that, just because somebody this is for servers. Just because somebody has a job that's making good money, they don't have to overtip you because they have good money. Why should they pay more because they have money? Well, that's what the meteorologist came and said at my table one time. What's his name?
Brad Travis.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Brad Travis. I don't watch the news either. I know his name, but I don't watch the news or the weather. He said at my table, how much did he tip you? Yo, why are you asking that for one? Did you ask how much Sally Sue back there tipped me?
Sally Sue.
Why would he owe me more? Why should he give me a higher tip that he feels I earned just because he has a higher paying job? So nobody owes you anything at the end of the day. But you do owe people kindness.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be kind, stay at home and off the internet. Twitter fingers. Facebook fingers. Mind your business, actually. Gosh. Yeah. We can go.
What's a good outro?
Get up and get it yourself. Get up and do it yourself. Get out of my face.
Out of here.
Nobody owes you.
Nobody owes you anything.
You owe yourself everything. And you need to stop apologizing. Stop caring.
I care too much.
You need to stand up is what you need to do. For yourself. Put your feet down. Not feet. Both of them.
On my tippy toes.
10 toes on your tippy toes. I'm going to say 10 toes on my tippy toes behind you.
I know you will. I do appreciate it.
All right. Adios, amigos.
See ya.